19th, Thursday the 19th of October. I am performing at Zebranos. I'm actually outside it right now, Big Nose Comedy. So I got here earlier because I've had a bit of a crisis of confidence today with the set that we're practicing for whatever reason. There's probably a lot of different things going into that. Me just actually trying to invest more into this bit, and kind of when you get excited about a bit and it feels like you're not getting the response that you want, it can be a little bit disheartening. Put that together with feeling a little bit tired and the fact that work was a bit of a nightmare today. Haven't been entirely enthused about today, but it was a better afternoon. The only thing is I got here early because I wanted to try and write some other stuff to try and work on the bit that I'm doing, but left work a bit late, and also there's literally nowhere to sit. I mean, I am in the middle of Soho, so what do I fucking expect? And I don't want to do it in Zebranos because if anyone comes in all of a sudden I've got to kind of stop. So basically I'm going to get through this one as best I can. I'll try and do some jokes and then I don't know, try and relax a bit because I think I'm getting a bit uptight around it, you know. I think I've been taking it a bit easy, if I'm being honest, to a certain degree. Like, I've been gigging a lot, but the amount of work that I put into bits probably hasn't been to the degree, because I found earlier on that I wasn't enjoying it. It's like, you know, I was trying, just spending too much time on stuff. Maybe because it wasn't working, but I need to spend more time crafting my bits as people do. Maybe not 6 months that some people take to make 5 minutes, but certainly more than a week. And that's what we're trying to do here. I'm trying to build something for December, so hopefully you enjoyed the show.
Is next. I think it's about time we bring him on. Let's get him ready for your second act. The wonderful Mr. Brownie. Come on. Your 5 minutes begins now.
Thank you, David. You're a very nice man. Great guy. Does anyone know what the census is? Yeah? Yeah, you know, that's, if anyone doesn't know, it's basically the survey that the government puts out every 10 years for population control. And like, I don't understand people that fill out surveys. You know, they're like people that do online Google reviews for things like soap or cemetery, but without the ability to actually express themselves with words. You know, it's kind of like Piers Morgan if he was doing sign language. You know? But do you know with the census, right, that if you don't fill it out, that you can actually go to jail? Like, the police will come after you. And like, obviously being from the streets, I don't care about that. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, it's true, isn't it? You know, I don't give a fuck. But, you know, whatever. But that's not the problem I have with the census. It's the options that they give you, right? The problem I have with it is they've got the options for other or prefer not to say. Now, one thing that you don't know about me, David, is I'm half Kenyan, quarter Irish, quarter Bangladeshi, yeah? And I'm also a Scorpio, so you know I'm very specific with things, as you know, obviously. You know, you guys should read star signs, I get it. But like, they've got all these options for ethnicity, you know, they've got all the options for mixed. They've got mixed white, black, Asian, but, you know, where's my box? I kind of feel like the 23rd person on Deal or No Deal, like, just standing up to someone being like, please, we can share this box, I promise there's BAME in it. You know, but, so, like, they've even got a box for non-binary people. I mean, that's less specific than me, I don't understand that either. I want choices, I want to, I want to be seen. It's ridiculous, but, so, it kind of reminds me of going on a really bad first date, you know, very superficial. It's like they act like they want to get to know you, but all they care about is what I look like, really. You know, imagine going on a date with the census, you know? You know, imagine it, right? Like, you know, I hadn't been on a date in a while, you know, so like most lads, I'm a bit nervous before I sit down and do it, so, you know, my pre-game wank and all that. You know, all the boys are laughing, they know. You know, so I go up there and I'm looking ready, I'm nervous. You know, I've been on a few surveys once in a while, but nothing really serious. So, you know, I see census, sitting on the table, ready and waiting. I'm like, all right, let's go up, let's have a chat. Oh, census. What kind of name is that? Greek, you know? Like that. So it starts off quite easy. Tell her my name, where I'm from. And then all of a sudden, it's just question after question after question. Like I thought I was on a series of Love on the Spectrum with this person. Right? It's like, what are your interests? I don't fucking get it, you know what I mean? So she's asking all these questions, and I'm pretty desperate at this point. So, you know, I'm just going along with it, and it starts to seem like a bit of a one-sided conversation. So I turned the survey over, and there's more questions. Ridiculous. I don't understand that shit. So, you know, we're going through it, and I think like, all right, let's just divulge a bit more, and we're telling stuff, whatever. Date's done, yeah? So I'm thinking, ooh, this has gone pretty well. You know, I've spoken a lot, as you guys tell, I like doing that, and you know, maybe it's all right. So I do the gentlemanly thing. I think, all right, I'm going to walk you home. So I put a nice envelope on, and you know, I'll take her to the post office on the way, and I'm showing her like my area, which I thought was really great. I actually thought about taking her to my mum. I thought, no, a bit too soon. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't like all the questions. You know, she's paranoid. And, you know, I take her to the post and send her off. You know, and I'm waiting a few days. You think, all right, don't say anything. You're not going to hear anything back. You've got to wait a couple of days. That's the rules of dating, right? So I hear. I'm single, and nothing. I hear absolutely nothing. So I'm getting ghosted. So, you know, I'm stressed. I'm waiting weeks, and I hear nothing. So, you know, look, I move on, right? I move on like Philip Schofield's wife once he found out he was gay. So, you know, we all have to. We have to. Some situations, you know, they lend themselves to crying. So, and you know, so I'll just leave it on. You know, and you know, you do whatever. Guess what? 10 years later, who's at my front door? I mean, I didn't even give her my address. I mean, stalker much?
What?
I don't know, she found me, thank God. And, no, she was, you know, and she was exactly the same, all these fucking questions. And I'm telling her about my marital status. I'm telling her about my dependents. But she wasn't having none of it. So I thought, you know what? Fuck you, get out of here, tore that shit up, get out of my house. You're done. A couple of days go by, knock, knock, knock. It's the fucking police. Apparently someone's filed a missing person report and she was last in at my house. Fucking ridiculous. So I'm on parole for the second time, you know, things happen. Now, I actually need to go right now because my tag is going. So you guys have been absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much.
Mr. Friday, very nice. Yes. Yeah, he needs to go home and bury.
I wanted to say this bit right after the show, but run out of battery, so I had to come home, put it on charge. Been chilling out for a bit. Still haven't come down from it. I don't know if I kind of gave the impression, but I wasn't feeling the best going into this one for whatever reason, right? And I swear to God, it felt like, I don't know what I did to myself in my head, but I had the same feeling I did in my first showcase, which I should probably put out one day for everyone to see. That's the first set I ever did. When I did the comedy course and then the showcase happened and how I felt around that. I felt the exact same thing tonight. And it's the first time I felt that nervous going into it. And man, I am so ecstatic with how that went. You know, it's a weird rim, that Zebranos, and it's a good gig. I love doing big nose comedy. It's something that is like one of my comedy homes now because I gig there so much. But it's a weird one for feedback. This night there was a few people that came there that I know that are fucking good, and you know, you kind of think, well, shit, like these people have seen me perform before and maybe think I'm, you know, okay and make some good jokes here. But I'm going out on a limb here this time round, and I just felt like tonight, outside of the last two, I've started to hit what it is I'm trying to do here with this bit. You know, conceptually it's just so broad and it's more kind of how my mind works in that way. And the first person, Serena, Smart, I think it's her name, I should remember, forgot, sorry about that. She said that someone once told her a good comedian says things that relates to the crowd. A great comedian pulls you into their way of thinking. And she said that was what I did tonight, and I cannot tell you what that means. Like, something like that. You know, we say jokes and the audience are going to laugh and things like that, but when someone who was doing it, who I actually respect. See, she won't notice this much, but like I remember seeing her. She's an absolute monster. She's a killer. You need to see her. To say something like that, knowing what we're doing and what we go through and what we're trying to achieve, I was like, that's exactly it. Like I was just fucking grateful just for that little bit of feedback. And then Louis McLean, who's a monster himself, you know, he's seen me perform a number of times and he was like, that's the best I've seen you. And that's something I've been practicing for 2 days. I've tried these other things so much, but like, that's the best he's ever seen me. Man. You know, I just hope that, like, I feel like I've actually got a really good bit that I can progress with. And, you know, I don't know what it's going to do for the vlog because, you know, I change a lot of stuff, partly because I lose interest, but also because, you know, I think, well, would this be good to showcase me doing the same thing? But I guess what you're going to see now is the evolution of a bit, and hopefully going from something where I wasn't feeling too great about but thought conceptually could be good, to hopefully, if I work it right and I put the effort in, something that is actually a solid 5 minutes, and that is something that you can build on. I am just so happy with that. That was the last gig this week. I've got one next week, which will be a nice break. Got some life admin stuff that I've got to take care of, and I will be back. I am just, yeah. Oof, what a night for me. On to the next one.